Hey, what's going on, everyone? Today we're taking a look at a headset certified for Microsoft Teams from Poly, the Voyager Focus 2. In today's video, we're going to be unboxing the Voyager Focus 2. We'll take an up-close and personal look at the device itself, its buttons, the controls that it's got, what comes in the box, and then we'll take a look at how to manage it through the PolyLens app, updating firmware, managing settings, etc. We'll then demo using it in a Microsoft Teams meeting, showing the built-in integration points between Microsoft Teams meetings and the Voyager Focus 2 itself. And finally, we'll do an audio recording comparison between the built-in mic array, this lapel mic that I'm wearing, and the Voyager Focus 2, so that you get a feel for what it sounds like in action. Let's dig in. Cracking the lid on the box. Right up top, we've got the start here, right? The first thing you see, you got a QR code, Voyager Focus 2 UC up front. We can see that this is certified for Microsoft Teams. The rest of this quick start guide gives us all the information we need. We've got our Bluetooth adapter here, tells us what all of our buttons do. We're gonna go over this when we look at the device, how to connect to the computer with the Bluetooth dongle, or how to pair it to a mobile device. Finally, I've already mentioned we will manage this through the PolyLens software. You go to poly.com/lens and you can enable features, change settings, update your software, and of course, view user guides. Looking at the rest of what's included right when you open the lid, we've got the Voyager Focus 2 headset right here. This comes with the charging station that will sit on your desktop, and then we've got the Bluetooth dongle right there. Once we pull the charging station out and work that cable through the hole there, we've got this protective film. We can just peel that right off. And nice and shiny without its protective film. Again, we've got that Bluetooth dongle right here. Something I've appreciated from all of the headset OEM and other peripheral OEM manufacturers lately is that they are making their Bluetooth dongles unique. Instead of having them just be rectangle objects and getting all mixed up together, they're having their own shape, their own unique features, and when you put the logos on it, that of course helps as well. And then we've got the Focus 2 itself. The top comes out right there. These earpieces slide out from the cardboard there. And then we've got protective film on both earpieces. We'll pull that off. And before we set this off to the side, you can see that Microsoft Teams functionality built right in on this side. And then finally, at the bottom of the box, we've got this cloth carrying case. Has a nice felt inside. The zipper goes most of the way around over here. We've got the USB cable inside. And finally, we've got an inside zipper, allowing us to neatly tuck our cables, the USB dongle, all the other pieces and parts inside this pouch, while the headset sits right inside here. This gives you mobility to take it with you on the road so that you can charge it with your laptop if you're not going to be sitting at your desk where you've got the handy charging station. Getting a closer look at this charging station, we've got this component right here, which is obviously where one of our earpieces will slide into. It will connect with the metal prongs and it will charge from that angle. Coming around to the bottom, we've got the custom red color from the Poly logo, 2 pieces of rubber grip right here, allowing it to sit firmly on the desk without sliding around. And then finally, we've got a USB-A connection to plug this in and power the charging station. Coming in for a closer look at the Voyager Focus 2, you can see that this earpiece has the boom mic attached, just like the Voyager Focus did. As we fold that down, we've got a mute button right here, and then our microphones right down at the end here, allowing us to isolate voice and keep noise distracting peripheral room noise at a distance. Coming to the top, we've got our active noise canceling button. This can be turned off, or it can be set to 1 or 2 for extra noise cancellation. Over at the front of the device, we've got our volume up and down. Right here on the top and bottom are plus and minus. You can see we've got a phone icon there for answering and hanging up calls as they come in. We've also got the Microsoft Teams button to activate the Microsoft Teams client and perform other Microsoft Teams functions that are supported with integration to your certified headsets. We can also use various presses on the center button to control your media if you are using it for listening to media on a phone or PC. rotating toward the bottom, we've got our on, off, and Bluetooth switch right down here. We've also got the port for that USB cable, allowing us to charge the headset with our laptop on the go rather than using the charging station that it came with. The headset can be adjusted simply by folding the earmuffs toward each other and then gently pulling out. We hear little clicks to let us know that we are moving up and down, and so that we can measure how far up and down we want to extend it. But if we need a little extra room, we extend it all the way. If we don't need any room, we have it all the way in, and then of course finding the right size anywhere in between. The Voyager Focus 2, like the Voyager Focus, employs a unique headband style, allowing for maximum comfort levels. This makes sure that you don't have a hard surface up top with a thin band of comfort being the only thing protecting your head from the hardness of this resting on top of your head. Instead, this will let you find the right fit before your head even gets to the top, ensuring that you don't have that top of head fatigue that you can sometimes have with wearing headsets for a great number of hours during the day. On the topic of comfort, there is a very healthy amount of padding for both ears, allowing you to have a nice light wearing feel rather than anything that is going to press in on the ears too much. The resiliency of the headset to fold back in at rest is generous, but it gives you a very easy ability to extend outward a pretty good length to make sure that it can fit heads of all shapes and sizes. To use the included charging station, we will take the headset and with the side that has the boom arm mic and the Microsoft Teams logo, we will simply slide this part right here, right between this portion of the earmuff and the earmuff itself. When we slide that in, it will rest in place, the metal prongs will connect, and once this is plugged into a PC or other power source, we'll get the little LEDs indicating that we are charging. Watching that in motion, we have now plugged in the charging station to our laptop. We have that little LED right down there by the Poly logo. We slide our headset into place. The blue LED on the headset comes on, and we can see we are now charging. And in case you're curious what the look and feel of the Poly Voyager Focus 2 is, there you go. I know there could be a much better looking subject matter in between the earpieces, but you're just gonna have to bear with me. We got a little bit of room at the top here. That's that comfort built in. We can adjust the sides if we need to give a little more room or less room. You turn to the side, you kind of get those side profiles. And then of course, the boom mic goes up and down. Raising it up will mute you when in a call. Raising it down will unmute you, in addition to the mute button that is built in. So there you go, look and feel of the Voyager Focus 2 headset while wearing. So coming over to the laptop, we have plugged in the Bluetooth dongle for the Voyager Focus 2. We see that VT700 right there. And we also see up top that we have an update ready for it. So we'll go ahead and say update now. This says it can take a few minutes, so do not disconnect the device while it's updating. Okay, with our update complete, we'll say done. And we can see that it is now showing green. We are connected on the PC. Software is up to date. Now we've plugged in the Voyager Focus 2. And clicking on that, we see that we also have an update. So we will say update it. We can see a couple more things here, unlike the dongle, which is a little more simple in nature. It's connected to the PC. Software is out of date. We've got 75% battery. We have an available update. So let's update it and come back to its settings. While we're updating, we take a look at the Voyager Focus 2 in its cradle. We get a little bit of blue flashing while it goes through some of its cycles. With our headset finished updating, we say done. And now we can take a look at the settings itself. You can see down here our status is now connected in green. So we go over to our settings. We can, of course, choose the language that we want to work with here. We're going to leave it on English. Under General, call announcement. So we hear a voice alert, answering call. When you answer an incoming call, you hear that on the headset itself. Audio channel tone. Hear a short tone combination indicating that the audio channel is open and ready for communication. I'm going to leave most of this as is out of the box, just so we get that out of the box experience. But take note, you can turn some of this on or off or adjust them. Mute reminder mode. So if we want to be reminded when we're on mute, we can get an on-screen prompt as well as an audible reminder, or just a little bit of each of them. There's a few different settings in here Kind of a handy feature these days, right? Because people are making coffee mugs that say you're on mute. So there you go. Online indicator. So enable the LED on your headset itself to indicate that you're in a call, kind of letting people that might be around you in an open office or at home with your family, they'll kind of see, hey, daddy's or mommy, they're on a call right now, in case the kids want to come up and ask a question or ask for a snack. It happens this day and age. So second incoming call, letting us know that there is another call inbound when we're already on a call. You can have it ring once or ring continuously, or just ignore that second call altogether. Mute alert types. We've got voice, single tone, and double tone. Notification types. Do we want to hear notification tones from other connected devices while streaming audio? On or off? So a lot of granular settings on your notifications and keeping alert both for yourself and those around you with what's going on and changes in the environment or in meetings or calls. Ringtones and volume. We have side tones, so adjust the volume of your voice that you hear when speaking. We can make that low, medium, or high if you find your own voice distracting when you're speaking. Volume level tones. So when adjusting the volume, hear tones that let you know volume is going up or down. Minimum or maximum only is what it's set to, but we can set that to entry level. Ringtone. Play a ringtone that you hear when a connected device rings, and it does not have its own ringtone. So you can either turn that on or off. I'm going to turn that on since there's no selection. And then volume min-max alerts. So when you've set the volume too high or too low, do we want a voice prompt to let us know or a tone to let us know that we may want to adjust that? Sensors and presence. So a wearing sensor. We turn on this controller setting to individually configure each sensor dependent setting. Turn it off to disable all sensor dependent settings at once. So it's on by default. Active call audio. Select the action you want the headset to do when you remove your headset during a call. We can, right now, the default is do nothing. Or we can transfer audio to the mobile phone if you have it connected. And then we can mute microphone if you are removing your headset during an active call. Obviously, you're going to need the wearing sensor to be turned on for that. Auto answer capabilities on an incoming call as you put on your headset while your phone rings. So do you want it to auto answer when you put that headset on, or do you want to wait after you get the headset on to get all situated before you click answer elsewhere? Auto pause music, so automatically pause your audio streaming from a mobile device when you remove your headset. So this is kind of taking that same call answering methodology onto your music. I'm listening to music while I'm typing away. I'm going to go away for a break, take my headset off without pushing pause. That would auto pause my music. Wireless capabilities, HD voice is turned on by default. Obviously, you can turn it off. And then streaming audio. So to enable stream music, podcasts, and other types of audio from your mobile device to your headset. If you aren't streaming audio to your headset, disable this feature to save battery power. So that's why it's disabled by default, keeping power in mind. But if we turn that on, then we enable this capability. Some advanced settings in here, the G616 anti-startle protection. So this is an industry standard for acoustic protection. This limits the audio level to your ear to avoid startling high volumes. So if someone tries to maliciously put a super high noise, super loud noise suddenly into a recording, that will prevent that super loud noise from just bursting your eardrum unexpectedly. It's turned off by default, but we can turn that on. Noise exposure, so monitor and control average daily noise exposure to make sure it doesn't exceed the selected action value specified by current EU legislation. So this is a feature that's in there based on that legislation. There's no limiting by default, but you can limit it to these levels. And then finally, resetting our device. So if we want to restore all of our defaults and undo all these settings that we may have just changed, that's where you can do that. And last but not least, the support section. User guides, get your device info and logs, quick start guides, and contact support. All right, let's demonstrate some of that Microsoft Teams integration. Now, first off, when wearing the headset, I have put the boom mic side over on the left side of my head because that mute button is on the top of the boom mic when we do that. So by lowering the boom mic, I've now got my mute right up top. And I've got my Teams button over here as well as my volume controls. With that, I'm going to go ahead and flip the power on button. I just heard the voice say power on, battery high, and PC connected because the Bluetooth dongle is connected. Now, for the Microsoft Teams integration demo, you can see that we've got the Microsoft Teams app right down here. It's open. I'm going to minimize it. And as we expect our Microsoft Teams buttons to do on our certified devices, when we press them and the Microsoft Teams app is minimized or not forefront on the screen, it will bring the Teams app up for us to use. So I'm going to go ahead and turn to the side. We will press the Teams app button once, and boom, it brings the Microsoft Teams client up for us. Additionally, we can use the answer call button here if an incoming call is coming in. Now let's fire up a brand new meeting. You'll see that we've got the BT700 selected as our headset. That's the Bluetooth dongle. And we've got our integrated webcam as our video here. So we're going to say join now. And once in the meeting, we will see that we have a couple things we can do as far as integration points go. First up, if I press the mute button on the boom mic itself, we see that we are actually muted in the meeting, and we hear the notification, the voice notification saying, hey, you're muted, you turned your mute on. So we're being notified that not just that we muted, but then when we are talking as muted, it lets us know, hey, by the way, you're muted. So a little bit of integration there. We will unmute ourselves, and then we will lift our boom mic up. When I lift the boom mic up, it also mutes me in the Microsoft Teams meeting. And again, continues to notify me that I'm muted. We lower the boom mic back down, and our mute is taken off or returned back to normal. One last integration point I want to share using that Microsoft Teams button. We've got the participant list up here on the right-hand side. As I long hold the Teams button, we hear a little tone in our ear. The screen lights up, and we see that we have raised our hand in the meeting. If I hold that long tone again one more time, we have lowered our hand, it's no longer there, and we see that we have taken away that yellow border from around the image. So various points of Microsoft Teams integration with the Poly Voyager Focus 2. So earlier in the call, you heard my audio through the lapel mic, the wireless lapel mic that I'm using when I was doing the device overview. We were taking a close-up look of the headset itself. That was the lapel mic. Now you are hearing me using the built-in Realtek microphones that come with my Dell Alienware laptop. So no certified headset, no custom third-party mic, just the built-in microphones on the laptop. And now we've got the Poly Voyager Focus 2 headset on. You're actually hearing me record audio into the headset. So to compare that to the way I sounded with a third-party lapel mic earlier, and then the way I just sounded using just the built-in microphones on my laptop, which is not the best situation for recording of any kind usually, this is the way the Poly Voyager Focus 2 sounds to the far end user when recording through the boom mic. If I raise the boom mic, and when I unmute myself, you can hear me once again. So again, a little bit of the mute on and off with the boom mic, an example of audio recording through the Voyager Focus 2. Well, there you have it, the Poly Voyager Focus 2 headset. Thanks for watching. Hope you found it helpful. If you did, please like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're not already, and then turn on notifications so that you are in the know the next time I put out another awesome product overview video. Again, thanks for watching, share it all over social media, and tune back in for the next product overview video.